Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello and good morning. My name is Siti Noida binti Mazlan, and today I will present for BEE2223 Microprocessor assignment, which is my topic, blinking LED. So I will go first with the introduction. So first of all, the project background. So LED is commonly used for visual indication for electronic devices. Blinking LED can be used to give alert to people or indicate a standby state of an electronic device. The blinking LED that I will use today will have 7 LED, which will blink simultaneously and infinitely. So it will not stop unless you take off the power source. So it will be using LPC2138 development board. And the objective of this assignment is to program microprocessor using ARM Cortex M0 Plus processor and to apply the application of Proteus software to construct and simulate the schematic schematic circuit. So the apparatus that I'll be using for this assignment is the LED, which in color yellow, and the LPC 2138 board. So let's move on to the methodology. So first of all, this is the functional flowchart design. I start the assignment with a research to choose a topic, and then after I choose the topic, I need to determine the input, board, and output that will be used. And then I write the programming in code in KU Microvision software, and then I draw the circuit connection in Proteus, and then I connect the hex file of the programming in KU Microvision software into the LPC board in the Proteus. So after that, I run the simulation, and then I prepare the slide presentation, record video, and then prepare for the assignment submission. So as for program and coding, this is the program flowchart. The First of all, we initiate the everything in this program, and then we set the GPIO, which is the input output direct 0, as to as 0x FF address, and then we set the I equals to 0, and then we set the output, which is the as 1. So the this output will be connected to the LED. So it will as we set it equals to 1, the LED will be turned on, and then we ask the condition if the I is more than 100. If it is not more than 100, it will be I will be incremented by 1, and the output will stay as 1. And then it will stay in the loop until I is more than 100. And when I is more than 100, it will set the I equals to 0 back for further use. And it will set the output into 0, which is will turn off the LED light. And then it will ask if I is greater than 100. If it is not greater than 100, I will be incremented by 1, and the output will stay as 0, but it will be in the loop until I is more than 100 before it return back to set the I equals to 0 and give the output as 1. So it will just repeat, this loop will repeat until we take off the power source. So this is the program code. First of all, we include the LPC2138 function, and then we do the function for time delay. This will give the delay for the time, which is time equals times with 7,500 cycles. And then we go to the main function. First of all, we configure the GPIO, and then we make the pins, as I said before, as the output pins to connect with the LED. And then I use the while one so that the program will run infinitely. And then the output will be set as a 1 to light up the LED, and then after some delay, which is 100 times with 7,500 cycle, and it will reset the uh, output pin, which will turn off the LED, and then it will go back to the time delay function, where after some time it will go back to the beginning of the while loop, which is setting the output as one. So as a result, this is the simulation. I succeed in simulating this. So the LED keeps on blinking after uh, in an interval of time. After a few milliseconds, it will turn back to turn off, and then it will turn on, and repeatedly, infinitely, like I've said before. And the problems and solutions that I've come across during the assignment is, first one is understanding the GPIO. It took a long time for me to understand how to make pins as output and input. I solved this problem by doing further research on the internet and reading some extra notes from that I can get online. And then the second problem that I've come across is the assembly language. Although assembly language were learned during the class, implementing it to run in Proteus was a little bit confusing. So that's why I switched into C language, because I am more familiar with the C language, and there is more examples online for the C language, especially for the GPIO. And then the last problem that I've come across during the assignment is the technical issues. Since the assignment required switching between different applications such as Kale, Microvision, and the Proteus, uh, my laptop became too slow that it took a longer period of time to get things done. Even up until now, like the laptop is having a problem. So how I managed to solve, like reduce serious the severity of the problem, so that I can make the get the assignment done, is that I minimize the number of background applications. So my laptop will survive throughout the whole process. So in conclusion, in this assignment, the implementation of LPC2138 development board in blinking LED application is successful. The output produced was the same as the expected result. And the last one is that Proteus software can be connected to the Kale software to simulate the system. I think that is all for me for the assignment. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.